guys, so welcome to Christmas in July. I'm really hoping that this setup worked well and that you heard the music. I've got some other fun things in store, but first I want to make sure that everything technical-wise was working and that I welcome people into the live stream, because this is all about us hanging out today and trying to accomplish something so that when that busy holiday season strikes again, we're not all scrambling for Christmas cards and ideas. I'm really hoping that this will be a truly interactive experience. We've got people in the live chat, and if you were not available to come in and check us out live, this is going to stay archived. The only difference in the archived one will be that the giveaway will be over at that point. So if you're watching this archived, the giveaway has already happened, so I'm really sorry about that, but stay tuned for all of the tips and tricks we share and the ideas for Christmas card making. And you really shouldn't need too many tools, but we're going to do kits first out of respect for those who had bought kits, and so that you guys don't have to wonder when that's going to happen. I had pre-announced that kits would happen first. You do not need a kit to join in. You just need pattern paper, a lot of solid color papers that you have, like green, red, white, blue. If you're going to do non-traditional colors, pink, purple, whatever you want to add into the mix. We're going to give you ideas, and you're going to create using what you have, because I know that this time around there weren't very many kits available and they sold out really fast. So if we do this again around Christmas time, if there's still people that are struggling and want to do this again and stuff, I'm just kind of catching a little bit of what's going on in the chat. Let me know, and I will try to make a lot more kits next time. That's something that's new to me, so as I develop my skill and talent for creating kits, they'll start changing, I would think. So good morning. It's 9 o'clock here, Central Standard Time. I'm in Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm sure we've got people from all over the place. I already see that we've got somebody from Michigan. Hi, Linda. Jill is here. Cindy D. Kepler. Christy Essen. Judy Estrada. Alice is here. Diane, good morning. Oh, great. You can hear the music. That's awesome. I just wasn't sure. I assumed you could. Oh my gosh. So we've got Texas. Nina's here. And if you're live with the chat, then the people in blue, those are the ones that are moderators. So Jennifer Marker, hi, thanks for coming. Michelle Calvert, thanks for being here. Linda, you made it! I saw a post this morning of people rushing around doing their laundry and getting their dishes done and getting everything set so that they could be here today. Our format is going to be something like this. We're going to do about an hour of live, depending. I mean, be flexible today, people. If we're like really into something big time and we don't want to quit, I'm going to probably go longer than an hour. If not, I'm going to try to cut it off around an hour, and then we'll take a break. And then we'll come back for another hour. I don't know how long this is going to last. We might get petered out at noon, and we might get petered out at 2 p.m. I don't know. Maybe we'll still be going at 9 p.m. tonight. My day is completely open to see how far these ideas will take us. So that is just going to depend on what you guys think. Oh, there, Tracy Bradshaw, welcome. She's from Massachusetts. We've got Lisa from Arkansas. Paige from Minnesota. Thank you guys for saying what your name is when your YouTube is different than what your name is, because I've met so many hundreds of people by doing this that sometimes I just don't know all of you guys and your 2 or 3, different names that you have. So these are what the kits look like. I'm going to back you guys out just a little bit here. We're going to start with these. There we go. Thumbs up if you like the music in the beginning. I thought that was really fun. It's super hard to find music that you can use on videos that's not going to ding your YouTube. I don't know if you guys know that, but you have to be really careful about what you choose. I believe this one was the first kit. So I'm going to pull the stuff out of this kit so you guys can see it. There is a delay in the there's a lag in between the video and the chat, but as far as like my mouth movements and what you're seeing on screen here, this should be good. So refresh if you're having any issues. So the first kit looks something like this. Hopefully, I haven't touched this since I made them, and here's why. Because they sold so fast, I only saved one of each, and I did not go ahead and use the kits to create cards ahead of time, because it would have taken up a whole nother kit to do that, because then I would have had to have had another kit to help you guys. Do you see where the whole learning process is coming in here? So these are some of the really fun papers. This should be the entire kit, I'm hoping. These are the papers that came with it. So basically, just cut yourself some holiday and plain papers and just get ready. And then I threw in this extra band because this is going to be for a card that we're creating. You get a piece of sandpaper, and I'll explain to you what this was about, because this one right here, that if you got the kit that had this one, this is white core. So what happens when you sand this with the sandpaper is you can get white dots instead of just regular dots. And make sure that you're sanding over something where when the sand comes off, you can just sweep it off. But then you can get that different look by sanding that off. Then it came with some, I just want to toss this out here for you guys so you can see what's in here. But that's what the sandpaper is for. Not just for that piece, but for anything that you might be doing in your own space with your own paper. So let me just dust this off a second, because yeah, that sand is pretty gritty. I'm going to show you the other stuff that came with it. So there's some plastic snowflakes. So if you haven't already gathered all the stuff that you think that you're going to need and you wanted a better idea, here's an idea of what you'll need. A little bit of bling, some sequins. I threw some little bells in there. And then some acrylic snowflakes. Some are paper, some are acrylic. It's really hard to see, I think, on camera. Like, oh no, it does pick it up. Check it out. Those are really cool. And then these are actually paper, and those are cutouts. And then you might want a couple of small brads. I put in one little brad in here because that goes with the card. So here's the card that we're actually going to be making. First off, right off the bat, we're going to make this card. So if you have this kit, you're going to want to pull out. This is the only one I did ahead of time, and I think both kits should have this, number 1 and number 2. You're going to pull out this piece of paper I just sanded. Decide whether or not you want to sand your dots white or if you want to leave them all red. Doesn't matter. We're going to recreate this, so you're going to need a cutter. All right, and I'm just going to kind of squash these guys to the side here. And bring you in a tad. And then you're going to need that black band that I showed you. And I need to get everything on my screen here set so that we can take off here, because I'm going to be able to see everything. There we go. Okay. And then what I did was I put on this one. You can choose whatever snowflake you want to do, but I picked this one. But there's a bunch in there, and a couple of them, the styles already have holes in them, so you can pick from any one of these that you want to put on your card. And then if they don't have a hole, you can just punch a hole or use your pokey tool. Okay, so we're just going to create this one. It's super easy, really quick. Oh, Mickey, we're just getting started, so you didn't miss a thing, dear. Don't worry about it. Oh, and I know, all right, so I've got some other fun things, but I just want to check. Tell me if you guys can hear this.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Let me know if you guys grew up hearing that. Because I know there's probably a whole generation of people who've never heard that. So we're going to go ahead and cut these strips. It does not matter how wide or how skinny you cut them. But if you want to cut them all the same or different, mine are a little bit different. They're not all the same. They're approximately 1 inch wide. So go ahead and cut 3 strips about 1 inch wide. Yeah? Yes, yes. All right, cool. I'm super excited that you guys can hear all the sound effects then. It's going to be fun. Oh, the cats are still outside. I might have to pause and let those guys in. So I'm just going to cut all 3 of mine at 1 inch. You don't have to because, you know, you'll have a little bit left over, and we might be able to use that on a card later on. But then we've got our 3 strips here. And they're as long as the card is. Oh, thanks, babe. They're as long as the card is, so we can cut in the banner pieces like this. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to do that. And you're going to need some white cardstock. Hopefully the cats are happy coming in so we don't have to keep letting them in and out. You need some white cardstock to do your base for your cards. Now, I did these kits assuming that you were a beginner crafter, but that you had white cardstock on hand and a paper trimmer and just basic tools. So while we're going to do some cards today that are going to be pushing that line, we're going to do many cards for you guys that need that extra boost because maybe you don't have that many tools. So I'll try to keep that in mind. And yay, 50 viewers. Go you guys. Share away. Invite your friends. I want to keep in mind that there are beginners in here. Okay, so I don't want to leave you in the dust. We're going to do a lot of techniques and a lot of cards that anybody can make, but I do want to do a few cards probably after we're done with making stuff from the kits. And remember, we're going to have scraps and things left over, so we're going to just go as long as we can and make as many as we want. I mean, it's just going to be kind of a flexible, fun Christmas day. Really like that Christmas music. I have a feeling if I play it, though, when I'm talking, you probably won't be able to hear me. So here's how we make the banner parts on the bottom here. You're just going to want to cut right down the middle, as far in as you want that to go. If you want that to be long and skinny, or if you want it to be short and squat, it doesn't matter. So cut down right down the center, and then cut from the corner to the end of that cut line that you made, and then from this corner to the end of the cut line that you made, and that makes the end of the banner. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more. So cut down the center, and then cut from each corner to that center place that you did. Awesome. By the way, what brand is that paper cutter? Oh, the little one that I was using, the Fiskars brand. This one is a Fiskars, and if you, Jen Marker will let you know that she got one somewhere, same brand. They look a little different now. They don't look like this anymore. And I got mine at a place called Savers that no longer exists by me, but for $1.99. They're definitely a lot more in the store, around $10, I think. So yeah, I do really like that one. Okay, let's cut one more banner right down the middle, and then like a dot to dot from the corner to the corner on both sides. Okay, and then we've got 3 banners there. And now here's the trick to getting your banners toggled like this. Like if you want 1 up and 2 down like I did, go ahead and decide where you want them to be on your card like this. And then we're going to glue them down, and then we're going to trim the tops off. Okay, so that's how I did mine. I was just looking around because like I did a bunch of cleaning yesterday, so I'd be ready, and I'm like, what did I do with my ATG gun. Oh my goodness. I found it. Don't worry. No worries. So I'm going to use ATG to put mine down. You can use wet glue. You can use sticky tape. Whatever you got. And definitely if you need adhesives, foam tape, sticky tape, or ATG rolls, you can find that at qualitycrafts.com on my website, and then click on store. That's all there underneath the little tab that says adhesives. Okay, and then I'm going to line that up so that kind of matches the other side. And that's it. And I'm going to trim off these ends. So we're going to make as many cards as we can right now until we hit about 10 o'clock, and then we'll take a break. And what I want to do right now while I'm finishing up this card is I want to know from you guys, how long of breaks do you want? I was thinking about a half an hour. But if you need more of a break than that, let me know. And obviously you can always come back. Oh, by the way, this behind me, I couldn't wear it because it's too warm today, but here's my ode to Christmas. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. I'm not short, I'm elf-sized. And I am. So for those of you guys who have never met me, I'm only like 4'11", so I'm a really tiny person. And then we're going to put the band across. So I gave you a big piece of black paper in case you want your band to be wider, but I want mine to be about 1 inch, so I'm going to cut mine down. So I don't want mine that wide. But you know what? You don't have to make any of the cards today the way I make them. You can make them any way you want. And the same way as we did with the banners, we're just going to go ahead and decide where we want that. How far up or down we want it. And then we're going to trim it. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to hold mine there and trim it because I still want to put my snowflake on before I glue it down. So there I've got mine trimmed. And my pokey tools across through them, of course. If you don't have a fancy pokey tool like I do, you can use a pin or you can use a scissors. Just make sure there's something underneath, like a mouse pad, because most of us have a mouse pad. That's all this really is just an extra thick mouse pad. And then decide where you want that snowflake to sit. So let's see, I want this one. I'm going to use the same one. I want it to sit about right there. So I'm going to mark mine with a pencil. You don't have to. I'm just going to mark it so that I can see where I want to poke that hole, so that I can move my card out of the way and then do the poking, because I don't want to wreck my card. So I'm going to poke a hole right there, and that's where the brad's going to go. And everyone should have gotten a little brad with your kit. I'm assuming, I didn't put a lot of those extra little doodads in because I'm assuming you guys already had some of them. So what I'm going to need is like some feedback as to like, oh, we needed more brads, or we wanted more bling, or I didn't know we needed to have card bases, so maybe next time we should have a card base, or whatever you want to say. Any kind of feedback would be helpful. So then all I did was put my snowflake down and put my brad in there. Whoops. And I'll show that again, won't I? Put your snowflake down and then put your brad through the little holes. And then on the opposite side, you open up the brad.